Hello, I'm Mark.
Yes, Mr. Mark. I'm Mark too.
Oh, nice to meet you. I just had to check out your license plate number.
Got to check out?
It checks out, yeah. Between the scammers and everything else that's going on, I want to make sure I'm not going to be taken out, mugged, and shot just for sport.
For sport?
Just for sport.
That would be a good one. Yeah, you don't want to get in the wrong cab and God knows where you end up, right?
Yeah, but not only that, but I mean, our society's getting so twisted now. These kids do things for sport, you know? I got no specific destination, just Tin City down there. I was walking through it last night, and I thought I'd check it out.
Yeah, Tin City is nice. Mr. Mark, do I have your approval to record a ride for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Okay, great.
What are you doing with the YouTube channel?
I'll give you my card and check it out. If you scan the code, then the channel will pop up. Basically what I do is I just record the rides, the conversations, and I publish, I would say most of them, not all of them. Like half the people say no, and then the half that says yes, sure, no problem. Most of those I publish, but not all of them. You know, sometimes no conversation happens, or people just get too many phone calls, or it's a whole. But I'm testing out my new microphone.
Oh, so it looks fancy enough.
It looks fancy. It looks good. I hope it's better than the little one that comes with it.
Well, how does it perform?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
Tonight, I'm gonna find out. I did some tests last night. It should be good, but this thing has a lot of settings, and so I still have to play with that.
Looks can be deceiving sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got to complicate things with too many settings.
Yeah. The main issue. This is actually not a bad microphone, the little one, but on the highway there's just too much road noise.
Yeah.
And you have to filter that out somehow and pick up the voices. And so this should do the trick, hopefully, if I did my homework correctly. But we'll see. This is not going to be a highway ride, so. Nice. That part I won't know. So, well, are you from here?
No, I'm not from this area. I would like to be at some point.
Oh.
I haven't decided which city. I'm looking. I get to explore a few different cities. I like everything from Tampa Bay south.
Sure. Tampa itself is not bad. Fort Myers is nice.
No, it is nice.
Have you seen Sarasota?
I have. Sarasota's gotten so populated in the last 20 years.
And Naples has this funny thing like with the snowbirds. So it's like in the winter time it's real busy. Like now, streets are full, and then in the summertime streets are empty. In the summertime it's actually nicest, but it's you always have to be in air conditioning.
I live up north on Lake Michigan, so we're the same way. Our little town is dead in the wintertime, and in the summer it's just packed.
Oh, you're used to that then. So are you looking to become a snowbird, or do you want to move out here?
Well, I'll probably follow the other Michiganders and become a snowbird.
Okay. Well, that's best of both worlds. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like to spend my time on the water. I fly a lot. I'm a pilot.
Fishing.
Yeah. When I'm not flying, I like to be on the water.
Oh, so what do you fly?
Right now I work for a on-demand charter company. It's a relatively new experience for me, flying a Learjet.
Oh, nice. Charter company. So those are business jets, right?
Yes.
So you're flying famous people?
I don't know. I stay out of their business.
Stay out of their business?
I do.
You're not allowed to talk about it anyway. So even if you would know.
That's their own privacy, you know. They contract us to, a third-party company to fly them around, and other than check to make sure they are who they're supposed to be on the trip sheet, I stay out of their business.
Yeah.
If they want to talk to us as the crew, then that's their business. But for the most part, I pretty much load their bags, make sure they're comfortable, and try to give them a good ride.
So you cannot start a YouTube channel in the Learjet, like I'm doing in the Uber.
Well, there might be one or two guys that film their landings, film their flights, but not the passengers.
No, right.
I look at that as a privacy issue.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially in in those kind of circles, like business people, famous people. Those are their moments of privacy for sure. And so you fly all over the US or also international?
I think our company's just got some international privileges.
Nice.
One of our jets recently went down to St. Croix. I've been to Canada a few times.
Nice.
I'm relatively new to this business, but I've found that the uber rich usually have their own jets, so we don't fly the top 1%ers or 2%ers.
Right.
We're flying people who are extremely successful in what they've done, and they usually get what's called a jet card, so they buy access to the jet, and then we're booked through a third-party company most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, it's all new to me. I was an Army helicopter pilot. I was in the military for 32 years.
Oh, thank you for your service, man.
Yeah. I'd rather be out fishing, to be honest with you, but I have an opportunity to do this, and you only live once, so everybody's short of pilots right now, and I happen to be one, so I'm enjoying the experience. I truly am. I work with a good bunch of people, with a good company.
Nice. You want to name the company? I'll put the link in the show notes.
Well, you probably could if you want. I don't know if they... I don't know what they would think about that. I'd have to ask permission. But the company,
okay.
the company's name is Private Jets Inc. out of Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Good bunch of people. They offer tremendous opportunity for for young pilots, and probably like myself. Airlines has an age limit. I'm not there yet, but a guy like me who's flown mostly helicopters all of his life, I've gotten all my airplane ratings, and I've been dabbling. I've been flying airplanes since I was 18 as well, but this is a new environment.
You sure have been out there. And what kind of helicopters did you fly?
Excuse me?
What kind of helicopters did you fly?
I started out with the small ones, little R-22s and Schweitzers, and then I flew military OH-58 Scout helicopters, which like a Bell 206. And I trained for the military primary division at Fort Rucker, Alabama. And I flew some, got a little bit of time in a Huey. I've flown Blackhawks and CH-47s.
Well, which one was your favorite?
I gotta say the CH-47 was my favorite.
Oh, really?
I do like teaching students, so that was fun. I did that for 8 years. Another wonderful group of guys.
Expected you to say the Black Hawk, but...
No, I'm not going to badmouth the Black Hawk. It's a very popular aircraft, but I was kind of tainted before I started to fly the Black Hawk. I was flying the little aircraft, and you know, the technical aspect of the Black Hawk is that it's got a rear stabilizer in the back, stabilator, and it programs automatically. So for guys like me who've flown the little helicopters where it's just totally manual, when you get an aircraft like that, it starts programming. It takes a while to adjust.
Right.
You know, I'm always feeling that back there, and some guys are like, "What are you talking about?" Well, they've adapted to it. Me, every time that stabilator would move and program, I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
Yeah. Something's wrong with the plane.
I feel it back there. What's going on?
That's your instinct, your flying instinct.
Yeah, and the CH-47 is a totally different animal. It's it's not like any other helicopter I've ever flown. Absolutely love it.
Honestly, I don't exactly know what kind of helicopter that is. Can you describe it?
That's the, since you're videotaping this, I can't describe it like some of us would, but...
Right.
That's that helicopter. I'll just go ahead and plug that. That's that helicopter that looks like 2 palm trees on either side of a dumpster in a hurricane. It's got the big rotor systems front and back, no tail rotor.
Oh, okay.
The big one,
So
cargo.
how does that flight different for a pilot though? Is that
Oh,
maybe
that's
a different
that's.
animal, or?
You know, I don't know if you want me to get into that, but I was an instructor pilot on that aircraft, so I could bore everybody with the details. But
Okay. I love airplanes.
it's got a flight control closet with 2 systems and I think 14 intermixing bell cranks. And the pilot actually has the same set of flight controls, and you
Right.
fly it like a normal aircraft, but we don't have a tail rotor, so we're either we're tilting the main rotors if we're down at a hover with the pedals, so
Right.
that the rotors actually tilt, and that brings a whole new dimension of maneuverability with the
Yeah.
aircraft, which
Yeah.
in my opinion makes it fun.
Yeah.
Plus it has an excellent mission. To me, it's a good aircraft.
Yeah.
So I once deployed to Afghanistan with another great. I've just been blessed in my life to be with a bunch of good people. We were piecemealed from maybe 4 units, at least 4, maybe 5, and our unit name was the Yetis. So we we had a bunch of good commissioned officers and leaders. We were in Afghanistan for just a tiny bit over a year, but that during that time span, our unit won Aviation Unit of the Year, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we won it 2 years in a row, just because of all the statistics that they used that we had compiled.
And on what kind of statistics is it based, a reward like that?
You know, I gotta tell you, Major Hyder might be disappointed in my answer. He's retired as a colonel now, but I think they use the amount of people and cargo and missions that we carried and accomplished, and for the most part, I think it was all accident incident free. So they combine a bunch of statistics, and I believe it gets voted on.
Mm-hmm. Operational hours without accidents. Yeah, that's a good statistic to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in.
Actually, a lot of my peers from that unit are now captains at major airlines.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't. Although that's probably boring to them compared to what they. I mean, flying the Chinook, is that no? Isn't that called the Chinook?
Yes.
The big one. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that must be so much more challenging and more fun on one.
Actually, I'm wearing a T-shirt that a friend of mine gave me that is a commemoration of call sign was Extortion 17. It was a helicopter that crashed over in Afghanistan.
Oh, was that with the Navy SEAL team?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's so tragic. Those were the guys that captured Bin Laden, no?
I don't know if that was the exact team, but yeah, I think that was the Navy SEALs that did that.
Also a big part of that team. This is so tragic.
So right now we got a rare day off in Naples, and I've been asking the company to send me to Naples, which they really don't have a lot of control over. We get what we get. So I got a rare day off down here. I'm just gonna go down and look at the fishing boats and see if Naples is where I want to hang out. It's a beautiful town.
Well, Naples is a beautiful town for sure. It's a little like a retiree town, so demographics are a little on the older side. It's nice and quiet. It's not such a wild life as in Miami. It's a little less boring than Fort Myers, but
yeah, I was surprised. I came down here last night. We didn't get in till later. I came down last night to eat dinner, and I walked around, and the door, a lot of places were closed relatively early.
Yeah. This is still a small town feel, even though it's busy now. But it's really a small town. It's just spread out,
Yeah.
Because there's space.
I think I ended up right down here on 5th Avenue, which seems like a pretty opulent part of town.
It's downtown.
It is.
Yeah. 5th Avenue is downtown. It says so on the sign, downtown. And then, it's in city that's next to the harbors. And then you can go down, there's the yacht club, and then you get the fancy people. fancy yachts.
Well, I'm not fancy, but I like the yacht club.
Yeah. Or maybe you could also be captain.
Yeah, that's
captain of stuff.
That's one of the things I did in 2015. Every year I tried, since I've retired from the military and the Department of Defense, I try to do something for my personal growth. So in 2015 I got my master captain's license. So I'm licensed for 100 miles offshore.
Oh, there you go.
And the Great Lakes.
Nice. I'll point you out a business that I know that is looking for captains. Although they first put you to work as a deckhand, and then you have to work your way
of
up.
course, yeah, you got to know the boat.
But those are some nice people that I drove someone one day, and
I was ready to do that a few years ago, but now I'm flying, and that in itself is involves a lot of studying and maintaining, and
you're happy.
That's why I would think I'd like to live down here. Maybe on my off days is something I would like to do.
Yeah. Okay.
If I find the right person to share it with me, I might build my own business down here, fishing, chartering.
Oh yeah.
It's so much fun. For me, I describe it this way. I went from flying
Marine Max.
Yeah,
I had the owner in the car the other day, and they are looking always for.
Oh yeah,
people to
they're
drive the
popular.
boats.
They're all over the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the perspective. I went from being in the military, we're flying guys, and some of them are afraid, not even sure they might come home, to now I'm just flying people around and taking people fishing who are having fun.
There you go.
And I enjoy that.
I can imagine.
It's a good experience to take somebody out. Maybe they've only done it the first time, or it's their passion, and to share that with somebody is so much more rewarding.
Right.
I like it.
One day I hope to be on your boat.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Mark. Yeah, nice talking to you. Thanks for sharing.
It's talking to you.
All right.
Can I leave this here?
Yeah, for sure. No
If you plug anybody in my video, the Yetis, and you can do private jets, I'm sure they don't care.
Okay.
I tried to keep it clean for you. I usually talk like a truck driver. Actually, I am a truck driver too. I got my CDL Alpha with doubles and triples. I was hauling steel for a while. I do everything.
Out there, I'm telling you.
I haven't driven an Uber.
The next
yet.
time order a half an hour ride or an hour, then you get more chance to talk.
I might become an Uber driver too. It's fun.
All right.
See you later. Thanks, man.
All right, thanks, man. Bye-bye.